Good evening, everyone, and welcome to what promises to be a little bit of a different feel tonight in Carl's interviews. I've really kindly got Adam Gemili coming back to join us this evening. For those that watch regularly, they'll know that Adam was obviously on before Tokyo, and we had a fantastic chat through kind of his career today, where he came from, and obviously some highs and lows of his career, and then the build-up and prep for Tokyo. Adam's joining us tonight to talk through what happened in Tokyo and kind of what next, really. So I'm really looking forward to it, and a chance to talk honestly with Adam about a definitely difficult subject.
Share so much love and support that is really abundant for this guy. Has been described by many as one of the nicest blokes in athletics. There he is.
Hello, mate.
How you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. How you doing?
Yeah, good. You all fueled post-workout, pistachios covered, all good?
I am, yeah. I am, yeah. I'm feeling good, just recovering now. Just watching some Suits on Netflix, just chilling, literally just having a bit of downtime. But yeah, been a busy day. Smashed out half my pizza oven and then went for a little workout. So feeling good, mate. Feeling good.
So let's talk about the pizza oven, because the
Okay.
beauty of this evening is that there's no rules. We don't have to discuss kind of everything that's been and gone too much. But
no one wants to hear about track and field.
But maybe a little. So is that something that's been a project or an ambition for a while, or you just fancy it?
Yeah, the pizza oven. I've been. I was in America and I was just on. You know them the late nights. You're just on YouTube and you're just scrolling and you get obsessed with something. And I just was obsessed with, like, I love cooking anyway, wood-fired ovens, and I was like, you know what, I want something like that when I get my house. It's like something I've always wanted, and then to finally have the opportunity to build one, like working with this company in the UK called Kennedy Fire Company, and they're awesome. They basically send you all the bricks, all the mortar and stuff, and how to put it together, and then you follow that at your own pace, and you can make it a little bit yours. And then I just love doing it, absolutely loved it. So it's been it's been pretty good, actually. I've been like I said, posting it on my Insta because I just want to show people the journey. But it'll be wicked once it's done. So.
And are people prepared that for the next 3 years, anyone that visits, you're cooking there, wind, rain or shine, and that's what they're having?
100%. Like I've not slaved away. I get covered in water. I lost like the fingerprint of my actual right finger because of the concrete. I lost it for a little bit. I was like, wouldn't recognise on any of my like laptop or anything. But so it was quite funny. But people need to, if they ever come and visit my house in Dartford, then that's they're going to either get something cooked in the fire oven. So it's pretty fun.
Happy days. And it's good to see you in good spirits as well, because obviously, that's 6 weeks ago, kind of, there was a very different you, wasn't there?
Bloody hell, yeah. Yeah, it was a bit of a different me. Yeah, I was from when we first spoke ages ago, like so positive and ready to run, and coming to this sort of what happened in Tokyo, coming to terms with it, it was devastating, really, absolutely devastating. Tokyo was cool as a city, but obviously myself, what happened to me was it was pretty crap.
Well, come on, it's obviously one of the reasons we're obviously going to talk about some of the difficult stuff, but go on some of the positives as well. So those that were following your journey, we had a chat, you were going out there, you could see the energy, the excitement, the hype. So if you talk to me kind of the night before, you're going to bed, and what's going through your mind ready for those first heats?
I'm just ready to go. I think every athlete, I'm at a stage now, I've been doing this for so long, like I never really struggle to sleep. I don't really get nervous anymore. Like I know how to deal with the nerves, like the night before you run. Whereas a young athlete, that's something I always used to struggle with. And I used to sometimes, I remember going into the Olympics in 2012, getting about 4 or 5 hours sleep. And now I'm like, and I don't sleep that much. I get between 7 or 8 hours a night. But like night before I slept 8 hours, I was feeling great, ready to go. All the boys had run the 100 already, and it was sort of mixed. Well, it wasn't great for those guys. So, but they still had run pretty good, and I was feeling like confident in myself. And I was like, you know what? This is my time now. Woke up in the morning, had breakfast. We had to be on the bus quite early, so I got to the track quite early, sat down, chilled out, did my normal warm-up. Felt so good. Literally, my coach was looking at me like, wow, you're bouncing, you're absolutely flying. Like, he was like, right, we've got a call room in 5 minutes. Do you want to do, he was like, do you want to do one more block start? And I was like, yeah, cool. Lined up, did the block start, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hit about 10, 15 meters. Was feeling pretty good. Got to about 20 meters and right, we can back off here. And literally, my hamstring just like grabbed, and I just,
Right.
it was sort of, it was almost a bit slow motion. I don't really, yeah, I've done. We do hundreds of runs all year, hundreds of block starts. I've done a whole warm up. I'd done loads of block starts before. I was feeling good, and then literally the last one, my coach said, "Right, let's do one more," and I was like, "Yep, cool." And my hamstring grabbed, and then I knew it straight away. I was like, I thought it might be cramp at first, but cramp is cramp, and when you're flat out sprinting, or when you're flat out doing exercise, it's very unlikely to just be cramps. When athletes go, "Oh, it's cramp," it's like when you're sprinting at this level, it's never normally cramp. It's usually a little bit something, but people say whatever they want to say. So
Of course.
yeah, I remember feeling it, and I tried to like stretch it, and it was just so painful, and I was like, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. I just walked to the physio tent, and my coach came over, and my physio was there, and he was just like, "What happened?" I was like, "I just felt it grab," and he tried to like rub it, and I tried to like bend down to take my spike off, and my hamstring was just, it was so painful, and my coach was like, "Can't believe," he just couldn't believe it. He just was like swearing, and then my physio said, "Yeah, I think you've done something here. Maybe let me shake it out a little bit before you go in."
Yeah.
He was like, "I don't really think you should be running," and I was like, "Listen, I've not come all the way to Tokyo, done the warm up." Got over I did the whole jet lag strategy coming over here. Like, I've been watching everyone else compete. I said, wrap up my hamstring. I'm going to try. And literally, my coach was like, he was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Wrap it up and try." And then my coach literally just said to me as we were walking into the call room, he said, "Do not try and be a hero. Do not try and be a warrior. If you feel it, don't run."
Just stop.
He said, "Listen," he said, "as devastating as it is," and he said, "Listen, as devastating as it is, there's still a lot more things to." He said, "You could do yourself a lot more damage by trying to run through an injury, trying to be a hero because you're at the Olympics. I know it's hard to take, and it's happened just before you're about to run." But he said, "Just be careful." And then literally I got into the call room, and I didn't really do any runs. There's a little indoor warm up area there, and everyone was like running, like warming up and like doing little sprints and like high knees. And I was just sat down, and I'm pretty sure people would have looked at me and thought, "Wow, he must be really confident because he's not doing any warm up, doing anything." And then there was actually one of the British girls. She used to be an athlete. She works for the comms team, I think.
Right.
For the IWF or whoever, like, she's called Laura, and she saw me in there, and she was like, "Good luck, let's go." And I just looked at her, and I shook my head, and I said, "It's not good. I don't think I can run." And she was just like, "What?" And then I was sort of like tearing up. I walked out to the start line, and bear in mind, I hadn't, because it was so close to the call room, I hadn't even had a chance to like tell my family, tell anyone. And so people had got up early to watch me. So that's like,
of course, yeah.
I was like, no, I knew it, and I just couldn't believe it. And obviously, I came on, and the camera came across me, and apparently, I have seen the footage back, and my face was just like I just looked, awful. And then literally, I took one step out, and I felt it, and I was like, I can't do this. And I ended up just walking to the finish line because I had to at least try and finish. And I think the time's on my record, just under 2 minutes. So the 800 meter girls are going quicker in 800 meters than I am in my 200 meters. But yeah, I'm just devastated, really, absolutely devastated. But it's sport, I guess. It happens. It's part and parcel of the game, and it's not always going to be great. It's frustrating because I was in such good shape.
Yeah.
Like, my training partner won the 200 meters, and I was running. We were running, training together. I was there or thereabout. Like, I was running so good. Like, it's all good saying that in training, but you have to do it in a competition. But I really felt like this was my time, and I just need it to be at some point because I'm getting old now. Time's ticking on.
So, firstly, presumably, the entire thing is your coach's fault for that extra one block start. No,
it was my fault. He said, "How do you feel?" He was, "How do you feel?" And I was like, "Do you want to do one more?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." I felt good. I just wanted to. So if I cut it, then maybe it would have happened. Maybe it wouldn't have happened. Maybe I was a bit dehydrated. It was very hot in Tokyo. Yeah. So, but you never know. You can't think about that. Otherwise, you'll be up all night for the rest of your life. Just like, why did I do that one extra start? Like, you'll be losing your head. So
obviously, we've got to talk about what next. What I wanted to share with you is a couple of things. First one is I was able to chat to a couple of other guests I've had on historically, and a completely common theme where you're concerned each and every time is so much love for what you're doing and kind of your journey through sport. So Ali wanted to come on the scene, Ali Jawad. He's moving house though, but he is, but he was very clear in his direction. He said, you're coming back, you're carrying on, or he's going to drag you through.
100%.
Which almost I'd like to watch, to be honest. But
you do it. He's frigging strong, but you do it. I'm telling you, find a way.
And then others like Sarah Stevens, Wishy-Wash, Jamie Bolsh, and the other bit is you look at the post you did afterwards, after it had happened, and you put it out. And there was 1,071 comments of just from your colleagues, friends, family, so much love. To put that in terms of people watching, Boris's update on the security of our nation only got 2 more comments than that. So it gives you an indication of how much love there is for what you're doing, really.
Yeah, the support I had was a joke. Like, it was ridiculous. I was so grateful for it, and I read every single message on Instagram, every single tweet, every single Facebook. Literally, the night after. Not the night after, I wasn't on my phone, but the day, literally in the following days when you're sitting there, you've got so much time to kill. You just read the comments and it just makes you so happy. Like, the support and the love that we have as fans, and I'm a fan, and I'm watching sport as well. I'm also a fan. I feel like that, but it does make a huge difference for sports people, because no one's going out there trying to fail. No one's going out there. Everyone wants to give their best and do the best for the country, and when something like that happens, it's very nice to hear those comments as well, because people can gravitate towards the bad comments. You do always get one or two people that they just write something they just forget about, think they're funny, and most athletes will gravitate towards that and see the bad comments and just be like, oh. But for me, I was so overwhelmed with responses. It was fantastic.
And presumably, as a member of Team GB as well, whilst you couldn't compete any further, the fact that so many of your friends were doing so well, that must have felt so good for you to be able to see that, and so proud to see it as well.
It was brilliant to see, just like some certain athletes, like, for example, let's say Keely. I only met Keely that year properly. Like, I got to meet her when we ran in Doha. We ran in the Doha Diamond League, and she was a British athlete, and I was sitting with her, and we were chatting a long time, got to know her, and she was lovely. Like, and just to see how well she's actually gone to do this year. I think it would be between her or Holly for British Athlete of the Year, track and field athlete of the year for me, because what those two have done, like, it was just a joke. Gemma Riki, obviously, I'm really close. She was in the same sort of position as me, kept coming 4th. I was 4th in Rio, and she was 4th here. Laura Muir as well, just absolutely smashed it. But for me, I was most proud of Holly. Holly's been a long-term friend of mine, one of my closest friends in the sport, someone that I genuinely talk to outside of track as well. And for her to finally go out there and get what she deserved, I think she could have got gold, and she will get gold eventually. But we were so elated. I was with Kat and Posy, and we were watching it, and we were texting her, and literally the night after she came back, and we were just sitting in the park together. We had a few drinks and just celebrated, and were just talking about the old times, and just it was just such a good vibe to be in. And I didn't want to bring any negativity, because obviously it's very easy to get negative when something like that happens to you, but you've got to stay as positive as possible, because you've still got a responsibility for the athletes around you. And that's what I try to do.
And that's not only indicative of you as a person, but it's a really mature response as well, because I suspect, do you think years ago you'd have reacted in the same way? You'd have kind of responded how you have?
I think it probably helped me what happened to me a few years ago, and having disappointments and upsets and seeing how different people act and stuff. I've been on a lot of teams. I've been on pretty much every team since 2012, and I've seen all manner of reactions to maybe not getting picked for maybe like the relay, maybe not having a great competition and getting knocked out early, and seeing how some people really, it means everything to them, and they destroyed other people, or just, like I said, they're happy, they put a little thing on Instagram, they get their love, and then they're just like, they're bothered. Like, so I think the experience has really helped me how I want to be and how I want to act and be as a person. And it's hopefully the team, hopefully no one on the team says I was negative, because I think I was pretty good. But it was pretty cool to it was inspiring to sort of watch Team GB at the games as well as a spectator now, because obviously not competing, it was nice to be in amongst it firsthand and see all the different sports, all the boxers, badminton, swimmers, like everyone. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. I can't believe it's gone. The Olympics doesn't even feel like it happened. It's been and gone. Bloody hell.
And in terms of the success of the GB, and I'm talking athletics specifically now, will that help with funding, support, and everything going forward because of the success? And will you benefit at all from that?
I hope so. I don't know what my situation would be with funding. We didn't have a season last year, and this year I didn't run that fast. I was the guys. I don't know. Like, hopefully they still believe in me. If they don't, I've been in that situation before where I've been told I was barely making the relay team. So I can deal with that. But hopefully, like, I've got a good relationship with all the athletes and the team management, and hopefully they can have a honest conversation about me and my performance and what that means for funding. Also, like, sponsorship and stuff like that. At the moment, I've got no sponsors or anything like that in terms of like kit sponsors. So we'll see what happens, because obviously the last 2 years have been really tough. So it's
of course,
it just depends really. So I'm not stressing. It is what it is. Once I go out there and perform, then hopefully I can show people that I'll be back and good. But for now, I'm just sort of enjoying my time at home and getting on with it.
And presumably back to the wood oven again. Maybe Checker Trade might sponsor you for some of your other skills.
I know, bloody hell, I should. I've had a lot of people saying, "Can you come and build one for me? Can you come and build one for me?" I'm like, bloody hell, let me finish my one first, and then we'll talk. Like, Kelly Southerton was like, "I'll genuinely get you over to build one for me." I was like, we'll talk about it. If I don't run too well in the next few years and no one wants to sponsor me, then we'll see. That might be what I'm left with. So. Yeah.
So how are things? How's rehab going? How's recovery? How are you feeling?
Perfect. I'm back to full fitness now. I rehabbed. I never stopped training since I took off season. Like, I was obviously eating some bad foods, and it was nice to be home with my friends and go out a couple of times. But I'd never stopped training. I was training pretty much every day, or rehabbing, because you have to. Yeah. Especially with a hamstring injury, you have to. So if you do get injured and you can't just completely rest, you always have to be rehabbing it, trying to get yourself better, getting some movement, some blood flow into it. So all healthy now, all back to fitness. Like I said, been training 4 or 5 days a week, a lot of cardio, and just excited to get back on track for the season for next year. Like, we've got a big year next year, 3 major champs, so it's gonna be wicked.
And obviously at home as well for the Commonwealth as well, which will be super exciting.
It's really stressful because all my friends are now asking for like, do you know what days it is? Do you know what events you're going to be doing? Are you going to be doing the 100 or the 200? And I'm like, I have no idea, because they're like, we want to get tickets. Do we enter the ballot? Like, what do we do? So it's like, but the fact that it's in Birmingham, the fact that if I make that team, I would have gone to Glasgow and Birmingham, which is like 2 home champs, is for the Commonwealth Games would be wicked. So that's something for people not to miss.
That is the challenge with the ballot system. I mean, I've entered a couple as well, and you're trying to work out what you think people might do, what might work out.
I know it's pretty frustrating, really, but it's I guess for me and stuff, it's I don't know. Hopefully my family will be able to get tickets. We usually figure out a way. My mum's pretty good with that, so we'll see.
Happy days. And you can do anything indoor over the winter season?
Not sure about indoors, maybe a little bit. I never really do anything. I maybe just dabble and see where my fitness is at. Yeah. It depends if I'm back out in America or if I'm over in Europe, but the plan is to go back to America. And my coach, I'm sure, will enter me in some races depending on my fitness and what he thinks. And I trust him. He's a genius. So whatever he thinks, I'll do. But I'll be ready for that if he wants that. So.
And the question I know a lot of people have asked as well, Paris 24, is it on the radar? Yeah.
Definitely. What? That was after Paris. Then that's a different question. I'll be 30 in Paris, 31. So I'll be getting on a little bit. Like, I still feel like I'm getting it. I feel like I'm in my peak now. I should be. This is the time now when I should be now dropping these performances and starting to win medals. And by Paris, I'll I think Linford was 30, 31 when he won his Olympic gold. Like, there's been a lot of athletes have had great success as they're a bit older. So for me, I believe hopefully that's when I can really go out there, and I didn't get a chance to do it this time, but that'll be sort of back towards the back end of my last couple of tries to win that medal at the Olympics. If it doesn't go to plan in Paris, I don't really want to think about going on till 2028.
I know.
I want to live a normal life, man. I want to have a family. I want to just get on with my life. I want people to look at me and go, "Oh, you used to be that athlete a long time ago." Yeah. Well, I can see you're enjoying your retirement now. Just be like big overweight like former athlete, just living.
It's interesting because I had Roger Black on last week, and obviously he found success at the back end of his career in Atlanta, and he was saying actually that almost worked out better for him, because as opposed to doing well and then kind of phasing out, he finished on a high and was able to go on and do other things.
Yeah, I think that's important as well, and obviously work after track and field, work after sport is all dependent on how you do in the sport, and if you leave a good taste in people's mouths towards the back end of your career, it sets you up for doing a lot of things, rather than if you were 18, 19, 20 absolutely killing it and then just sort of fade out and don't really get in the mix anymore. It's like then people are like, oh yeah, he was good, not anymore, and that's really unfair, but that's just the way the world works. So yeah, I think so. If I can really now push on towards the back end, then it should be good for setting me up for what I want to go into in terms of like governance and stuff. So.
And you're on the Athletes Commissioner already of the British Olympic Association, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you think that helps kind of with that transition and build up to the next steps?
I hope so. You never know. Like you just don't know what life is going to take you. I'm just trying to just take it day by day, really. So I would love to get into that, and if that helps me, if that sort of connection does help me, it does. If it doesn't, then I'll find a way to get into it, because I really have some good ideas. I really believe I can make a difference, and I just got to be involved and in the mix, and I can just help our sport, because right now track and field has got a lot of negative press, especially in the UK at the moment. So it's I'd love to be involved to try and fix it.
And in terms of when you're not, and this is kind of a general question in athletics terms, if you're not focusing on, you haven't got a competition coming up, so you haven't got that drive, is it just a case of keeping yourself ticking over, or is there certain areas you and your coach say, right, Adam, we're going to focus on a bit more strength and conditioning, or focus on your starts, or is there anything in particular?
100%. Yeah, so I realise right now I don't need to be killing myself like I've been doing when I was younger. I don't need to be lifting lifting 3 days a week. I need to be strong. I don't need to have a 155 hang clean. I don't need to be able to squat like 2 whatever. Like I don't need to have that. So I can just maintain my strength. I need to get a lot leaner. That's a big thing for me, getting lean, like managing my diet, managing sort of my recovery a lot better. And it's about focusing right. My acceleration, my transitions didn't feel as good. I didn't feel as comfortable on the bend. I felt very stiff and fighty and a lot like not smooth. So maybe go back and work on that. Like there's a lot of things, and as you get a bit older, you can appreciate that, and really focus on the specifics that you want to focus on, because you know how to do most of it. I've been doing this for a long time. Like I said, I know how to run this. It's not teaching me how to run. It's just fixing the technical issues, and hopefully that that's where you see the improvements, I guess.
Although in fairness, as we said on the last interview, at one stage you were taught to run, weren't you? When someone said, "Listen, Adam, you run like a bloody footballer." Let's
bloody hell. I wish do you know what? I wish like I could like play football now and show people like the difference in speed and what technique does, because I was quick on the football pitch, but if I was to play on a football pitch now, it just wouldn't be fair. Honestly, it just wouldn't be fair. I just kick the ball past. There'd be no need for any step overs or anything. Technique makes such a difference. But that was a stage, I had to learn it all from fresh. But my first coach, Michael, he was a fantastic technical coach. He literally taught me everything. So my hat's off to him, because he had a lot of patience for me, because I'm sure I wasn't easy to teach.
I can't ever think that, in fairness, if you're saying, "Oh, I'm getting on a bit at 28," the likes of Ronaldo at 36 are probably going to say, "Right, kid, maybe you've got a bit of time left in you."
Yeah, I know, bloody hell, I know. You see what he's done. He come back and he's absolutely banging it. Like it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. My friend got to go up to his first match at Old Trafford as well. Drove all the
Yeah,
way up there, and he wasn't. He sort of says he was in the car, and Ronaldo pulled up next to him in his Lamborghini, which was pretty cool as well. He tried to hoot him, but he
yeah,
wasn't really having any of it.
no,
So
I'm
it was
shocked.
yeah. But 36 and he's still doing that. It's phenomenal. What an athlete he is.
And in terms of, so absolutely away from athletics and wood ovens now, what else? What other goals you got coming up in the next year or so? What do you want to do for Adam?
Just be a good person, I guess. Just carry on being a good role model for young athletes. Obviously, try and achieve what I want to achieve in the sport. I don't feel like I'm close to that. Obviously, running sub 10, running sub 20, I've done it, but I need to do it more consistently. I need to be
Yeah,
on the circuit more, competing, winning races against the best guys in the world, and I'm not at that level yet, and I know I can be.
yeah.
And I've just got, like I said, get more consistent in terms of track and field. And yeah, set a good example for young athletes coming in. Try and bring as many new athletes into the sport as possible.
And I think that's it. And it's not a nice thing to say, but the inconsistency is a challenge, isn't it? You look at, so under 10 seconds, under 15 seconds, one of only 3 British men to do that. In Rio, you missed out by 4 1,000ths of a second. And then obviously the Doha champs, we spoke about that last time. And it's just, it'd be lovely if it just came together for you, wouldn't it? And all that training and hard work to deliver what you can do.
Yeah, it would be nice. Like, yeah, you put it in a nice way. It would be nice. If it happens, it happens. I'm hopeful it can, and I'm doing everything I can for it to happen. But like, it might not. Like sport, that's thing people need to realize as well. Sport is not guaranteed. So when people like get so upset about it, like that's why it's so exciting, because it's not always just positive. There's the negatives as well, which people enjoy watching. Not in a nice, not in like a, oh, we enjoy watching you be negative, but we love a comeback story. We love seeing an underdog come through, and that's why sport is brilliant. So for me, I'm just enjoying the ride now. I love what I do, and I've made some friends for life, and I've got a great family and girlfriend around me from this sport. So it's, for me, I'm just enjoying the ride, and I'm part of that journey, I guess, with sport. So I'm very hopeful I can go and be successful, and I believe that can happen. So we'll see.
But I'm going to say not successful, more successful, because what you've
More
done already is
Okay,
successful.
I like that. See, you got a great way with work. More successful. More successful, I guess. That's a nice way to put it. Thank you.
What I'm going to say as well is we've got, we spoke earlier and said that there might be a couple of people wanting to come on and just say a few words.
Oh yeah.
So to anyone listening now, if you send a request to join the live, I'll have a quick look through, and maybe 1 or 2 of you might be able to come on and join, have a quick chat to Adam, wishing the best, or if there's a particular question you wanted to ask him. So if you select send request to join live, Adam's screen's frozen very briefly, so hopefully that will come back on in a second. But yeah, ping a request through, and you'll have a chance to talk to the man himself, and either wish him all the best, share your thoughts, or ask him a question as well. And hopefully his screen will unfreeze in a second. He's just coming back through now. It's one of those things about doing the live. They're absolutely fantastic. They're really good, and it's an opportunity to have discussions that feel different. There he's back in.
Oh,
But
back.
sometimes
Sorry, man. I exited by accident.
technology lets us down. So dare I say, you won't be going for a career in IT after you finish the
I don't think
athletics?
so. I just tried to click on the screen and the whole thing exited. So I'll leave the technical stuff to you. So yeah, if anyone, like I said, if anyone wants to jump in and say, ask me a question or just anything, just jump in, and yeah, we can have a little chat and talk if you want. So it's, if not, no worries. You can just listen to us talk. But yeah, it'd be good to get some interaction with you guys. So
I think what we need to sort out as well, Adam, at some stage, you obviously know what I'm doing with Dean next month, and I've got a couple other bits. I think we need to sort one for you out, something. It doesn't need to be burpees, but it's just something a bit different. No.
The Macy's, no thank you. I'll be cheering that, but I won't be doing any burpees. That's going to be, you're going to die. What's the record?
Something like 7,753 in 12 hours.
Wow.
But
Wow.
my hope is Dean's going to do most of them, and we'll kind of fill in the gaps in between.
Yeah, you can do 7,000,
Yeah.
and the rest of you can just tot up the rest. So yeah,
And he's absolutely mad for it, because this has gone. Initially, we were going to do burpee races. Then he was talking doing a mile at burpees. It was like, who would ever even think of that?
Well,
but now
he's a athlete, isn't he? So he can just pick one event. He was like, yeah, do you know what? Let's do 10. Like they're nuts, all of them. I'm telling you. Any decathletes and multi-eventers in general, they're crazy people, man. Just pick one event. Like, geez.
Well, we got a WhatsApp group in prep for it, and he keeps sending these videos, and he's like proper psyched up, sweating and raring to go. So the invite's there if anyone wants to ping a request to join live and have a quick chat to Adam, say hello, wish him the best. Definitely no need to be shy.
Oh, I see Rachel. So how's the golf going? Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, not great. So I played golf last weekend, and the first day was good. We played back-to-back days, and the first day was good, and then second day, it was pretty abysmal. I haven't felt my right arm all week because of it. Like, I was in such a bad way. So yeah, not great. Thanks for that, Rachel. Rachel, I played with her boyfriend,
right,
and he's basically a pro golfer, and I'm not. And it was like, yeah, it was a joke. So yeah, not great.
Talk about kicking the man while he's down. We're having a chat about some of the athletics challenges there. How's your shit golfing going as well?
How's your golf? Yeah, terrible. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. But yeah, like, I don't know. We haven't had. Let's see. Oh, there she is. Oh, there we go. Love that. Oh yeah, I can scroll. I can see people have commented now.
Happy days. Have a look through, and because people have asked some questions as well. Gaz has asked, can a 31-year-old guy knock some time off his 100-meter time?
Yeah, of course. It's well, me, hopefully, when I get to that age, I'd like to do that. But it's just training, technique, just having patience, and honestly, it's just doing the little things right, just doing the simple stuff perfectly. Everyone always tries to overcomplicate things and try and be the best at everything, and especially with sprinting. But sometimes it's just about doing the basics, step by step. All you're doing is going right, left until you get to the finish. And it's just trying to do that as efficiently as possible. Get yourself stronger, leaner, eat better, feel your body better, and yeah, you'll be good.
There's a number of you that do train over in the States. We're talking to Cindy Feely earlier, her and her sister as well out there. And what's over there that's, I suppose, better that we can offer over here?
For me, the reason I'm out in America is there's multiple reasons. Obviously, my coach is number one. He's out there. That's where he's based now. So we were based in the Netherlands before, which was cool. And then he decided to move to Florida, more because of the consistent weather.
Yeah.
And that, if you're training in the UK and you've got 300s and you go out and it's barely scraping 4 or 5 degrees, your muscles are already tight. You're already cold. You're already tense. So then when you put exercise and you try and run, it gets even, like, it just opens you up for more injury, like risk of injury, because you've already got that sort of tension in your muscles already. So it's like the warm weather makes such a huge difference. And that's why a lot of athletes do go and do warm weather training and stuff, because like I said, your muscles are long. When your muscles are relaxed and long and chilled, like, they move a lot quicker. So a long relaxed muscle is a faster muscle. So Florida, and then obviously the training group. I train with the best sprinters in the world.
Yeah. Marvin
Bracey, Trayvon Bromell, DeGrasse, Omar McLeod, Christian Taylor, to name a few, Nia Ali. Just to name a few. I train with a phenomenal Daryl Nita's out there with me as well, which is awesome. Daryl's a top girl, and she's finally broke 11, and she's really pushing herself on the circuit now. So yeah, it's also the athletes and the family that we have out there in terms of like a training group, which is awesome.
It's interesting because listening to a lot of sprinters talk, and indeed runners, and such a common theme is, if you want to get better, run with better people.
I think so. I think if you want to be better, like, it doesn't work for everyone. But for me, I found if I want to be the best, I have to train with the best and put myself against them every day. Yeah. Like, we do block starts together. If our group does block starts together, you've got literally 9 or 10 lanes and everyone can run sub 10. And if you're not on it, you're going to look like you can really look stupid. And trust me, everyone's been in that position. There's days where you come in and you're just not firing, and you get, like I said, you get destroyed. and it's nice to, like I said, test yourself. Oh, that guy's won Olympic champs. That guy's just running on 9.7, and I'm running next to him. Like you can beat people in training, you can beat them at champs, and if you can beat the best people in training, there's no reason you can't win the Olympics or the Worlds or the Commonwealths or anything like that. So it's there's psychology in it as well.
Of course. But you've now been absolutely spoiled. If you scroll through, you've got an abundance of questions.
Oh, look at that. Bloody hell,
so let you pick a couple you fancy.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's go from the best tips for 400. I don't run the 400.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. That's a good tip. Don't do it. Get out hard, and you know lactic's going to hit you at some point around the 300 meter mark. You know lactic's coming, so just prepare for it and try and embrace it as a friend rather than fight it.
Or do what Michael Johnson used to do and jog 21.5 and then sprint the last 200 and leave everyone else behind.
It's crazy when you say jog 21.5. It's just a beast, wasn't he? Just an absolute beast. Like what a legend. Does the modern science help? Yeah, I think science has come a long way, especially for track and field. We can literally analyze every single step and every single movement, and especially with the new spikes as well. Technology, like there's ways we're all just looking to try and get that hundredth of a second or thousandths of a second, which can be the difference between Olympic medal and not. So yeah, technology helps in such a good way, and it will only get better and better. So I believe we'll get a lot faster times as that does improve, and we're seeing that with the new spikes. Puma, Nike, all these guys with new spikes, and getting a lot faster consistent time. So it does make a difference. Let's see what else. How do you push the fear of an injury to one side? Yeah, that's a really good question, actually. That's a really good question. You can never have that fear, I guess. You can never go there like, someone.
It is. I've just brought it. It's Yvette. She asked a question earlier, but
go on.
She's fantastic. She's a young GB shooter, and she also joined me in one of my charity challenges as well. So when she asked the question, I thought we've got to bring her up so she can say hello and ask you.
100%. Yes. Oh, how's it going?
Hi. Yeah, sorry. Apologies for barging in. It was really a great opportunity to chat to you. Thanks, Carl. Actually, just had a couple of questions, surrounding like injury and like what are your best tips for like when you're recovering from injury, just how to stay motivated. Like personally, I've had back issues for like a year now. Someone smashed into my car and just trying to recover from that, and it's still ticking on, unfortunately. But yeah,
it will. It will. I think for me the biggest thing is just remember why you're doing it in the first place. You want to do whatever you're doing as a career, and it's what it takes is doing the simple stuff, doing that really boring, mundane rehab every single day, and you get fed up of it. For me, when I had a bad foot, I was doing calf raises every single day, and I was getting so fed up. But it does make a difference because you want to get back stronger and make sure the injury doesn't reoccur. I know it was a car accident, but still, like, you want to make sure your back is super strong.
100%.
Just patience and just find the reason why you started sport in the first place, and try and remember that feeling and hang on to that, because there's times when you wake up and you're like, do you know what? I don't want to do this today. I can't be bothered. And that's okay. Every athlete feels like that at some point. Every athlete has those days where you wake up and you think, do you know what? Nah, I can't be bothered today. And it's what makes you one of the greatest is even when you feel like that, you still get up and you still do the work and you're committed to your sport. And that is how you become one of the greatest athletes is having that attitude. And people think, do you know what? Nah, let's just pass it today. You actually think, do you know what? No, let's go out in there and do some work and make myself better. So it's having that attitude and finding that mentality, I guess.
I think that's a really important point that you touch on there, and that you, like yourself, I'm assuming as you've mentioned it, that you do have those days where it's just hard and you're tired or your body feels broken. It's really, I think, nice to hear. I don't know if other athletes have felt this as well, but you do have times like that, and you question how people who are at the top of their game, have they had the same issues? Have they not?
There's not an athlete out there, I promise you, and I've been in sport. I've been in top level of sport for a long time. There isn't an athlete out there who hasn't had that feeling at one point or another. And like I said, it's what you do. Do you let that feeling, do you succumb to that feeling? Do you actually think, do you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna accept that feeling, or do you think, no, I want to be the best? But it also comes with a line as well. If you are in a lot of pain, sometimes you
It's the balance
you
between
need to
listening
take a
to your
rest.
body and listening
Listen
to.
to your body. Like I promise you, like you've
Mm,
got to train smart as well. It's not always the person that trains the hardest is the most successful. It's the person that trains the smartest for their body. So you need to
definitely.
know what works for your body and then work around that. But yeah, if it's motivation around injury and stuff like that, then you've just got to commit to that and just get on and do it. It's the simplest way, really.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. My best friend who Carl's also interviews, another lady called Amy Holder, she throws
Yeah,
discus for GB.
yeah, I know.
I don't know if
I know.
you've spoken to
I,
her at any point.
yeah, I know Amy. I don't know her that well, like personally, but I know her. Yeah, I know who she is, which is
She's
fantastic.
amazing. She's
Yeah,
absolutely amazing. She's brilliant. I love her to pieces.
yeah,
But
she's
she's also
lovely.
had loads of injuries, like, and unfortunately, like niggles and stuff that just haven't gone away. Are you
Hmm.
guys getting bad feedback, or is that just me?
Yeah, I can hear that.
Right. Is that any better?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, I can't hear that.
Yeah, so no, she's had loads of issues and injuries and niggles and stuff as well. But she is just so strong and she always pushes through it and throughout all different events.
There we go. First of all, Adam, thank you for the advice. Has that been
No.
helpful and inspiring?
Thank you.
Oh, well, thanks for the question. Thank you so much. I really best of luck with the back injury, and hopefully we see you absolutely smashing it, winning the gold medals for us. I'll be enjoying watching that. I'll be absolutely loving it. So,
No pressure.
no,
Thank you.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks, Carl.
Did anyone else want to jump on quickly and ask any questions or say hello? And you've got even more questions and even more love coming in, Adam. We
Yeah,
could literally
look
spend
at that.
half hour on here, just everyone going, he's amazing, we love him, he's great.
I see Lena. I see. Do you do the 400-meter hurdles instead? No, is a good question. I was doing some running with Lena when I was sort of coming back from injury, and that girl was a beast, man. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not doing this. Like we were just right. She was like helping me pace like 300s, 400s and stuff. And
Yeah.
nah, not for me. Add hurdles into that as well. Have you seen what those guys are doing? No way. Oh, Wade. I see Wade Van Niekerk. There he is. The big man Wade, first athlete that ever gave me a bib and signed it for me. Yes, before Wade was big time. Before Wade went and absolutely broke the world record and just I've known Wade for a long time as well. He's one of the most humble athletes. When I always tell people, he actually doesn't even know this. I always tell people when I got injured in 2015, I tore my hamstring. Yeah. Wade was the first person to text me. The first message that came through on my phone was Wade to make sure I was okay. And I'll never forget that. Someone of his level and like that's just shows you athletes are just the nicest, normal, down to earth people as well. Like people see them as superstars and stuff, but we're all just normal athletes, just there every day, trying to be good people, trying to be role models, and there you have the biggest one I think that people can look up to, and the guy's going to come back and absolutely kill it, like I know he will. So. Yeah, shout out to you.
And that is without a doubt something I've seen so much time and time again, that no matter how talented these people are, so many of them actually, it's all about they look after the people there, they do care. And yeah, fair enough, when you start the race, you're trying to beat them, but everything else is about looking after it, isn't it? You're a family.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, we've got loads of questions now. Anyone else want to get involved in the call, like jump on, or maybe just go through some of the questions? I haven't done sprint training. How long will it take me to get back my speed? It depends on you, really. Like it does take a little while to really put some speed in, and you've got to taper it properly. But not doing any sprint training in 10 months, I'd build up to speed slowly, get your conditioning back, get your body used to running at faster levels each week, and then you can build up to flat out sprinting, because I said if you just go from 0 to 100 real quick, you're gonna get hurt. So yeah, just look after yourself and take your time with it, I guess. Any more questions? It's quite a decide, but do you know what comps you will target? I will do the World Champs, the Commonwealth Games, and the Europeans if my body lets me. They will be the three. Yeah, they will be the three that I will go for. I'll try and do everything, so we'll see. Anything else you see? But I'm just having a little scroll.
Well, if anyone's got any more questions, either put them in the group or ask away. Otherwise, we'll let Adam get back to chilling for the evening, because he's really generous with our time, with his time.
Yeah, if you guys, if he didn't manage to answer any questions, always just like I do tend to check my DMs a lot more now. Usually I didn't really check them before, but if you do have a question and you want to ask it, if you send me a message, I tend to check them and answer what I can if I'm around. So yeah, if there's something you really desperately need to ask me or anything like that, then I'll try and respond as best as I can. So yeah, just pop me a message on Instagram or something, and I'll do my best.
And we might be fortunate enough next year at either of the shows. We might hear Adam speak at the National Running Show. We'd still talk about that.
Yeah,
as well, aren't we?
Yeah, I know. We'll get that sorted. We will get that sorted. Definitely, mate. Definitely.
Well, thank you again. It's been obviously a very different feel to the last one, but it's just really nice to get that honesty, try and get a real feel for how you're doing. And then the excitement that you can hear from you of the potential 2022 has. It's going to be your year.
I'm feeling inspired by what these young athletes in British athletics did. Like I'm feeling super inspired. So I'm very, very excited to go out there and show people I'm still about and kicking and can still challenge the world's best. So I know I can do that, and I know I don't need to prove it to people, but I'm excited at the opportunity to show people that did doubt me that, look, here you go. So
I think I also need to balance some of these, because when I speak to the likes of Donna Frazier and people like that, I feel quite young, all's good. I'm 40 next year, and when you talk about young athletes and you're 28, it's going to be a big cause for concern now.
Yeah,
I'm feeling old.
Nah, I think you got 7,000 burpees, mate, and the rest. You're going to be sweet. I don't want to hear any of that. You're going to be absolutely alive and kid. Nah, I won't have it. I won't hear that.
Well, listen, I think there's one last question we'll chuck out there, and then I wish you the best for the evening, and we'll catch up with you soon. Somebody just said, how long should you take for a rest after season ends before starting off-season training?
That's a good question. I always take between my normal training and then when I resume normal training, 3 to 4 weeks I think that's about the right period. Some people take less. I know people take more. Some people take 2 months. But for me, 3 to 4 weeks, and I'll always be doing stuff in between that time as well, keeping myself fit, so I'm not literally coming back from having done nothing in 3 weeks. So, but yeah, 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks between really like sort of competition, normal training, and then going back to that winter training. So that's what I normally take, but it depends on your body, I guess. So find what works for you.
No, it's fair. Well, you enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope to see you soon, potentially in Essex, maybe in a few weeks.
Yeah. Bloody hell, that'd be mad. That'd be good though. Awesome.
You gonna be a sub, are you?
No, I'm gonna be watching, mate. No, I'm not gonna. There's no way. No burpees, but yeah, why don't you tell people what you're doing just quickly, so like where they can watch it or support or and just shout it out, so because anyone that's
very quickly then, we're going to give a few more details a bit nearer the time. There's a team of 6 of us, including a mutual friend of ours, Dean Matey, are going to try and break the most ground chest to floor burpees in 12 hours. We're aiming for 8,000, which will smash the records. And we're going to be doing it in Canvey Island in Essex for a fantastic charity. So look out in the next couple of weeks. We've been doing a couple of interviews, a couple of lives, etc. And Adam said he'll kindly come and mock us, maybe mop our brow or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll provide the electrolytes and the towels. So
happy days. All right, mate. Well, it's good to talk, and I'll
you too, man.
Thanks
for having me on. Awesome, mate. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye, bud.